guys to another WarThunder tank review, and due to a lot of demand via Twitter and Facebook, a lot of you guys wanted me to do an American tank, and so here we are. We're doing the very first Sherman that you unlock, the M4A1 Sherman. Now, first things first, we're going to go into a little brief history about the M4 Sherman, and what I'm going to start off with is like I do with my normal, is a brief overview of the tank, which is, when the Sherman tank was initially created, it was designed around the US theory about medium tanks and full-track armored vehicles in general should be utilized on the battlefield. The US doctrine of medium tanks' job was to assist infantry in the assault and provide a base of fire to fight from. Taking on enemy tanks were the job of purpose-built tank destroyers. The UK, which was a major user of the Sherman, differed in this doctrine. Tanks were expected to engage enemy tanks. Wide array of special duties of the tank could be used where they've been explored by armies around the world. In early 1940s, theories of what vehicles were supposed to be engaging enemy tanks changed from vehicles like the Sherman often found themselves up against enemy armor that was considerably. Some of the most important initial changes centered around upgunning the basic vehicle. And the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take a look at this legendary 75mm gun, which, believe it or not, actually has French origins. So we're going to take a look at the manufacturing list, and we're going to take a look at this gun. The gun is a 75mm gun, and I'm going to explain more about this gun. Besides the use of the US 75mm gun, tank gun, the M2 and later M3 were standard American tank guns of the Second World War. Besides the use of the two main American medium tanks of the war, the M3 Lee, the M2 or the M3 gun, and the M4 Sherman, the M3 gun. The lightweight M6 and M5 variants were developed to equip on the M24 Chaffee and the B-25 Mitchell bomber respectively. Yes, the B-25 Mitchell did have cannons, and yes, that is properly accurately rendered in the game. And was also to be on the prototype M7 medium tank platform, which, by the way, I might add is an epic tank in one of the tanks. But we're not here to talk about the M7. We're here to talk about that gun. Now let's go into brief history about the gun, shall we? The 75mm tank gun in its origins was it was the infamous French Canon de 75 Modèle 1897 field gun of World War I. Yes, a World War I gun. A fame which also adopted by the United States and used well into World War II as a 75mm M1897 field gun. Both tank and field guns fired the same range of 75 by 350 R ammunition. The primary round was an M48 high explosive. This 6.76 kilogram or 14.9 pounds round traveled at 625 meters per second or 2,050 feet per second. Now, does the shells have that velocity? Let's double check. 619. The velocity is wrong. Way wrong. Way wrong. So we know that the velocity of the shells are completely wrong. Nice one. Gauge in. Contained 1.5 pounds of TNT, filling a choice of super quick or delay with a 0.5 or a 0.15 second of delay fuse. It also had a variant of shell known as the M48, which is not in the game, that had a 575 meter per second, which again the game does not have. Other important rounds fired by the 75mm gun was the T30 canister shot for use against troops in open and short range. It was essential that a giant shotgun, it is in essence a giant shotgun shell full of large numbers of steel balls. Canisters were used primarily in the Pacific against the Japanese. There was also M88 based ejection smoke rounds and the M89 white phosphorus WP or Wally Pete rounds, which proved highly effective in bocage fighting around Normandy. Finally, there was an armor piercing for which 2 different rounds were provided. The first armor piercing round was the M72 APT, which right there, M72. A plain uncapped AP round whose performance dropped off range increased due to poor aerodynamics. It was then replaced by the M72, which we do not get. We get the M61, which is a shell that the 75mm gun could not fire, apparently. And I am looking at the gun's information. So, gee, nice one there. Now we've talked about the legendary gun for a bit. Let's take a look at the tank itself. The M4A1 is a Continental radial engine, one-piece cast hull, 75mm short barrel. The main users of this tank was the United States, Great Britain, South Africa, Poland, which used the 76mm, the 76W upgrade, France in small number, and China. So it also says that it's a one-piece cast hull armor. Let's see. It's not technically a one-piece cast, but I guess they have to break it up for the game. Of course, rolled homogeneous on the lower. So let's take a look at this tank and see where not to get hit. Pretty much anywhere, including the turret. Even though the turret is red and the mantlet is red, that's when most people often aim on a Sherman. Especially lower tier tanks like Chaffies or God forbid M5 Stewarts. They always aim for the gun mantlet to try and jam your gun so you can't return fire. Where else? Of course, you know, just don't get hit in the rear. Do not get hit in the rear of the turret. Unfortunately, only the commander's machine gun fires right now. The co-driver machine gun does not work. Now, where do you want to shoot to take out a Sherman? Simple, the sides. Anywhere in the sides on the right, because you've got 3 ammo storages. So don't give them your right side, and if you have to give them your left, make sure that this is covered. Okay, make sure that this area is covered. I believe in later models of the Sherman had a huge plate welded over it for extra protection from ammunition racks. So now we know where not to get shot. And the written doctrine for this tank was supposed to be flanking maneuvers. So, is this tank a good flanking tank? Well, it's clear they've got the gun wrong. It's clear they've got the velocity wrong. So, let's take a look at what it can do in the tank, in the test drive range, shall we? And what we're going to do is we're going to drop the HE, because we're not going to use HE right this second. And we are back, guys. Now we're going to take a look at the tank's gun depression, its ability to aim down. So she can aim down pretty far. Now let's take a look at the gun's elevation. That's the ability to aim up. That's our highest elevation aim. It's impressive. So that means, you know, don't crest hills like I told you in the T-3485. And now what we're going to do is we're going to see if she has a 0-point rotation. She has a form of it. As you can see, only one of the drive wheels is actually turning, the other is stationary. So in effect, yes, she does have stationary turning. And so we're going to see what the shell drop velocity is like. Again, as proof, the machine gun on the top is only one that fires. So first things first, we're going to take a long hot shot and a moving Panzerkampfwagen 4 as of C. Look at the shell travel. And it does take its time. So I'm going to take that into account. Ooh. Okay, we heard it in the petrol engine, in the transmission, so... Oh, nice shot, nice shot. Over-penetrated it a little bit. So we know we're about 1 pip out. Oh, overshot there. Let's readjust. And activate targeting critical. Hit. Oh, he turned. So we're going to stay there. The average reload time with a stock loader is 5.5 seconds. Okay, he's not going anywhere now. Gun sights is a little off. Again, they are rumored to be bringing better gun sights. Now, I'm practically aiming my gun on the ground. And as you can see, the shell arc angle is completely off. Finally, we get the killing blow. Now, Panzer 6 on C. I'm gonna reset my sights. So, what's it like firing on the moon? You got to take into account the fact that you're now moving. Like that. Ooh. Tank trap. Helps if you pay attention as to where you're shooting. Now, this is the stock ammo rounds, as you can see, can clearly penetrate sides all day long. Wow. Tracks ate that one. And that one did nothing. There we go. Now we're gonna get this tank going. It says its maximum speed is 40 kilometers an hour, or 40 kph, on moderate terrain. I don't think this will see 40 kph. We're barely seeing 30 right now. So there's 38. There's 38 kph. Oh, hit the turret that time. Again, this is the stock ammunition, and as you can see, you can easily penetrate a Panzer from the sides, that is. From the front, that'd be a different story, as we're about to see. Here's a Tiger II. Not many Tiger IIs give you their side armor, especially if they're good Tiger IIs. But let's not forget, Shermans were designed to flank, so let's try a flanking tactic on a Tiger II, shall we? Okay, we damaged the suspension. almost at point blank range. It takes a while to kill a Tiger too. Honestly, if this was a real player, we would honestly be dead. Because there would literally be nothing stopping this guy from turning around and finishing us off. Finally, it took several shots. Of course, there's the Jagdtiger. And I was corrected in one of my other videos where I got the name wrong. It is pronounced Jagdtiger. And I do apologize for getting the tank's name wrong. I should know better because I'm a German tanker at heart. Most Shermans don't normally attack a Jagdtiger from the sides. So that's what it does in the test ground, guys. As you guys saw, it struggled to kill a Tiger 2 and a Jagdtiger, but thankfully this variant of Sherman doesn't see Jagdtigers or Tiger 2s. So what we're going to do is we're going to jump into a quick arcade battle. And here we are with domination on jungle. Lots of areas where we can actually get some flanking going on in our Sherman. So it looks like the matchmaker's on our side here. And of course, we're just going to load straight up with some. Wow, that is a lot of high explosive for some reason. We're going to load up with some M72 and upgrade. We are over by Charlie, so that's what we're going to do. We're going to head over to Charlie. We're going to capture Charlie. Let's try to. Now, I've noticed that one of the things about the M4A1 is it's a bit of a misleading tank. A lot of people just see M4 and think you're automatically the 105. So if you're on your own, you know, you're not with groups, know, you don't want to get shot at, and that's another thing. Shermans like to be the ones that dish the punishment out, not take the punishment. They are, they're the masochist, not the sadist. Yes, that is a 50 shells of grey comparison. Oh. Really wish this J1 would get out of my way. Again, that J1 there is great or stupid. Stroker shoots. Out we go. I'm going to try and catch this F2 off guard.
Yes, I hit.
Wow, I bounced off Armada's. That model really good. So we're gonna have to shoot around here.
Roger that. Artillery, fire.
Ooh, that was a good crit. He's burning.
The light forces have captured a zone.
And there he goes. Where's that F2? Is he still over here? Friendly. M4A1 is still there. Now in his ammo rack. And there he goes. There's an M16 gun carriage. Out in the open like that. Bit of a long shot. No, we missed. There's that F2. Now his ammo, driver and whatnot. Let's see if this J1 can roll up. Tank. Yes, take care of him. Something hit me. Wow, that J1 is still just sitting there doing nothing. Okay, apparently my gun is out of action, so I'm going to repair real quick.
We need artillery support! The artillery is on the position.
Okay.
Roger that. Fire.
Come on. 2, 1. Of course, it didn't have a shell in the breach, so...
We have taken the initiative. It serves him right.
Go. That J1's rolled up.
Yes, I hit.
He's going nowhere. Just destroyed his transmission.
It serves him right.
So we're going to roll forward.
confirming fire. We need artillery support! Roger that. Artillery, fire! Yes, a hit!
Hit a locust.
Allied forces have captured the zone.
We have an enemy team. Yes, the locust. He's rocket.
Requesting for artillery fire! Roger that. Confirming fire.
How long is this artillery going to take? Oh! Sneaky fucking Russian. Didn't see him there. Good kill. Good kill. Get some I love this real quick. Again, this is not about the locust.
Let's keep the pressure on. Victory is ours.
4 500-pound bombs and all over with the hit.
Allied forces have captured the zone.
Now locust is speed,
Allied forces have
so
captured the zone.
you're gonna look at an area where we can help us up front. So, the M4A1 in a breakdown, in a nutshell, is it worth it? Absolutely. As you can see, it is a fun tank. It doesn't get screwed over by the matchmaker, as you saw in that game. And the tanks you do come across, you can easily deal with it. Unfortunately, now there is a downside to the Sherman. One, I honestly think, deep down, that the matchmaker is fair to this tank. At first, I thought it was against it. So it's not really a bad thing, but it's not really a good thing. Now, everyone keeps asking me, what is its matchmaker? Its battle rate, its rank is rank 2, but its battle rating is 3.3. So you're going to see a lot of other high tier tanks. Well, what sort of tanks are you going to see? Well, thankfully you're not going to see a Tiger. You're not going to see the Tiger P. You're not going to see the Panzer IV 70V. You may see a well, I doubt you'll see a Panther, but you'll probably see a lot of Panzer IVs. Not necessarily the H, but you will see, let's see, the Ls, the J1s, Js, Es, F1s, F2s, maybe a G if the matchmaker really does hate you. So that's what you're probably going to see on the German side. On the Soviet side, what are you going to see? Well, you're definitely going to see T-28s. You're definitely going to see T-50s. You're definitely going to see early T-34s, which is the 1940 L11, which can kill you in one shot. You're definitely going to see Su-76s, ZIS-30s, Marder 3s, as you saw in that game, T-26s, T-60s, T-70s. You're going to see a lot of tanks with a lot of fast-firing guns. You're also going to see the T-3, which is the Soviet-captured Panzerkampfwagen 3. Okay, just a heads up. That's all you're going to see tank-wise, because these are the only nations that currently have tanks. So, is it worth the grind? Abso-freaking-lutely. I think you're going to have a blast with the tank. I think you're going to have fun with the tank. What should you unlock first? Well, there's absolutely no contest. Unlock the tracks, then the parts, then your fire extinguisher. From there, you should automatically be able to unlock your M61 shot. Once you have that, it's entirely up to you. If you want to go with mobility, unlock the engine, transmission, filters, suspension, etc. If you want to go with more accuracy in your fire, i.e. you want to stand your ground, be the supportive fire, let your friends, let your platoon mates go ahead of you, then you want to work on the adjustment of fire, the elevation mechanism, and eventually artillery support. But if you're like me and you like to do a bit of both, i.e. if you're on yourself by yourself, you want to lone wolf it, I do suggest you go, after you get the M61 shot, I do suggest that you get the suspension, the filters, the transmission, and the engine, then work on getting the rest. Artillery support, as you saw in that game, I hardly ever got to, well, I did get to use it, but that was only to soften up certain targets that I knew were already there, so that I could move into a better position. I don't use my artillery to purposely kill a certain tank. For example, if I'm going to capture a hill that's already got enemy tanks on it, yeah, I'm going to use artillery to soak them up. It may spook them to get off the hill. If they don't, it may track them, where they're in an awkward position where I can get a shot right into them and finish them off. But I normally don't spam my artillery, as you saw there. I had up to 3 sets of artillery. You didn't see me spam. Why? Because I only majority use my artillery for capturing points or trying to break free from being pinned down. Okay? So that's my suggestion for you guys. As you can see, I do not have a talisman or a backup vehicle coin. So I like to live dangerously, as they say. And so that's my honest review. It's quick, it's dirty, it's gritty, it's WarThunder, baby. Of course, I have been your digital host with the most Danny Deceptive Cobras. And most importantly, guys, if you have Twitter, follow me on Twitter. I'm at Deceptive Cobras. Links will be in the video description. Hop over to Facebook. You can hit my fan page. You can hit my group. I actually have a Facebook group where I do talk to my followers, my viewers. I get feedback from them. I post simple questionnaires and even some surveys that are, you know, I don't spam survey websites or anything. No, I have a SurveyMonkey account where I throw up a survey, I have you guys fill it out, so that way I can make the content and tailor it better for you. I do greatly appreciate all my followers. I greatly appreciate all the views that I get, and if you could rate this video, well, if you could comment, if you could give me a thumbs up, and if you could share this video with your friends, your other WarThunder players, and even your World of Tanks players. A lot of people have been asking me why I don't do World of Tanks as much anymore. I have been, mostly in the shadows with some of my clan mates, mostly because I'm trying to get used to the new accuracy interface that they did in patch 9.6. But I'm going to end this video here with a stay safe, have fun, keep your shows flying, keep your enemies dying. Cobra Commander is out. Cornering around. Of course, biggest weakness is the upper chassis, with it only being 16mm. So you got to be careful of artillery. Even light artillery will wreck you. You have to be careful of HE as well, because HE will wreck you. This isn't spaced armor, unfortunately. So don't give your opponents your sides if you can't, you know, if you can't help it. Same as the turret. Turret's not really that strong, but it does have some sort of angling to it, 25-degree angling. So, you know, unless you're going down the hill with, you know,